usually do.
Alright, thumbs up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leeroy!
So let's Leeroy Jenkins! Oh my God, he just ran in. Let's go. Stick to the plan. Let's go.
Oh my God!
Loving each other! Do you know how many of you have died screaming Leeroy Jenkins?
God damn it, Leeroy. God damn it.
When it comes to iconic WoW characters, I think Leeroy Jenkins is a name far beyond the likes of Arthas and Illidan. Leeroy Jenkins is an icon, and so I thought to myself, why not recreate his transmog? The thing is, we can barely get a proper look on him, and the model Blizzard has been using is not true to the original, including a tabard that's not available to players. But nonetheless, I was able to make it. The set itself is not 100% recreatable anymore, because the belt he used to have is lootable from a boss that does no longer exist in the game, but besides that, it's not too difficult to put it together. Let's start from the top. The helmet and also the cloak are hidden. For the shoulders, you can use the polished Spoilers of Valor, which are one of the heirloom plate shoulders purchasable for 500 gold in Ironforge or Orgrimmar. The same goes for the chest piece, the pristine Lightforged breastplate. For the tabard, you want to use the personal tabard, which is unlockable in Valdrakken after a quest chain that starts at Chromie. This tabard is customizable at your tabard designer in Valdrakken, Orgrimmar or Stormwind. The original tabard has a white heart and a white clean border on a dark red background. For your hands, you want to use the replica Lightforged gauntlets, which you can buy on the Darkmoon Fair for 55 Darkmoon prize tickets. You can get them by doing the different dailies there, but you can also buy a bunch of artifacts from the auction house and turn them in. Here's a list of the different artifacts and how much tokens they give you. Also, the tickets are warbound and can be sent to your twinks. As I said, the belt is no longer available. It was a drop from the boss Atal Alarion in the temple of Atal Hakar. I think the chances are high that we might get the old version back at some point, just like it happened with Scholomance and the Scarlet Monastery, so if that ever happens I will make a video about it and link it right here. In the meantime, we have to settle with something else, and I think the Lawbringer belt is doing just fine for that. It can drop from random mobs in the Molten Core raid. The legs are the Fieldplate leggings and the boots are the Chromite Greaves. Both of these items are BOE world drops in the original areas and can show up on the auction house. And finally, for the weapon. For this appearance you have multiple methods of getting your hands on it, but I think the most fitting item to go for is the Blackhand Doomcutter, which drops from a boss Ragewing the Untamed in the upper Blackrock Spire dungeon, the place where it all began. With this said, not only will you look incredible, but you will also have a free pass if you pull something on accident, since you can simply say you were roleplaying and nobody can be mad at you. If you are interested in more iconic transmogs, check out my playlist. If you want to support me, make sure to leave a sub, and if you want to support me big time, consider becoming a channel member for early access on my videos. It would really help out the channel a lot and bring me one step closer to making this my full-time job. And that would be so awesome. That being said, shout out to my current channel members, make sure to check out the playlist and I hope to see you next time. Until then, see ya!